This is the story of a most unusual year. And a company of people who, through service and some cleverness, and fun and mischief too, spend their days working together, selling parts and things for you. This most unusual year was a time of shut down places, uncertainty and apprehensions. Determined actions were required, the changing of conventions.
I'm finally beginning, it's been how many months now, since March, I'm finally getting more comfortable that everyone is working and are doing a great job, and this whole thing is doable.
With our computers, with Zoom, with Skype, with the website itself, we were able to, be isolated but seamlessly continue on.
We're comfortable enough over the phone or a Zoom meeting where it hasn't changed. They're going through the same things we are, the whole country is, the whole world is really.
Change, of course, brings with it a surrounding of the new, of places familiar, yet never before shared, Zoom glimpses into those we knew.
We're all in this together. We're constantly giving each other feedback and support through group Skype messages.
With having Skype and everyone on there, I'm kind of spreading my questions amongst them all.
It's not easy, but I think, we put a plan in place and we've been working through it like everyone else and doing well.
The company had to find new ways to meet and plan and support. There were, of course, complications and challenges enough to report.
At the end of the day, I'm the mom, and so when my kids want lunch, they go to me, and I'm in a meeting, and I've got my son knocking on the door asking me what's for lunch.
I did work from home for a bit. That was one of the biggest challenges, is just turning off work, turning off the work brain when it's right there.
I definitely miss being around sort of everybody I work with. I feel like I'm more productive when there's other people around me. Taking that away completely is very tough.
And the year grew steadily on, like hair on new changing faces. Christmas time suddenly approaching in our 10-month-old home workplaces.
At this time of year, usually there's nice decorations in the office. There's none of that this year. That kind of makes me sad.
I don't think we're going to do our traditional big family Christmas like we normally would.
My dad has lung disease, long story short. Something as simple as them babysitting my son has to be jeopardized. My son's really attached to him. He lights up every time he sees him. So for them to have to stay away, it's kind of real tough.
Still, we kept Christmas traditions alive in our holiday hearts. Our ornaments.
My mother used to make Christmas tree ornaments, and they were made from styrofoam balls with ribbons and beads. I have to admit, I thought they were beautiful. Just as a little kid, I just thought we were making the most beautiful thing in the world.
My family knows how much I love bacon and salted meats.
So this is our elf. We just call her Elf. And this year she is quarantined.
Gingerbread houses. We had a little bit of fun on Saturday night.
Our stories.
I love Christmas Vacation.
I remember the name of the movie, but the one with the Heat Miser and Snow Miser is just by far the best Christmas kids movie that has ever come out.
Elf is one of my favorites.
Every Christmas Eve, we always read The Night Before Christmas together.
That's the best book ever.
Every year on Christmas Eve, my mom would read that to us like we were a family out of a movie.
Christmas Vacation, would watch that pretty much every year.
I've never seen Christmas Vacation.
That's unacceptable.
And the cookies we bake each tell the truths of the lives that we make.
So you bake the cookie and you have to pinch them when they're hot, and then they're filled with this icing, and they just taste so good.
My grandmother made this sheet cake, and half of it was apple and half of it was cherry, and it had the lattice work on the top. It was my favorite dessert for Christmas.
Barry's wife, she makes this potato chips and M&Ms and pretzels and all this stuff covered in like white chocolate and chocolate drizzle. Oh, it's so good.
I like pizzelles a lot. I could probably eat too many in one sitting.
Anne makes my favorite cookie. She bakes them and I decorate them.
My dad now helps her decorate all the cookies, and he likes to take a lot of credit and get fancy with the designs.
I'm almost at a professional level. You have no idea what it's like to put icing on 144 cookies. A lot of work.
But I'm good at it.
Rumbles! I love them. They're delicious. You keep them away from the children.
So we're luckier than most. We're all trying to figure out a way to get out of this the best we can and get through it, right?
I'm hopeful. I think we're all starting to come together.
I want to appreciate the time that I have with my family, even though we're all under one roof and we're all together, because this will not happen again.
Well, I don't know if I wanted to go back to normal. It's always better to go forward.
I can't wait for 2020 to be over.
Soon, in time, we will find it and return to where we were. But the place that we used to call normal may seem to us only a blur.
I think the key thing that it's taught us, all of us, and certainly me, is that you can overcome a serious pandemic. If you can survive that as a business, it gives you a sense of confidence that, well, go ahead, throw something at me. We'll see if we can beat it. We probably can.
The one thing we do know precisely, this unusual year will end. Shortly, we will be back together as your projects and purchases we attend. But for now, from our home to yours, we send you all our best wishes for hope, joy, and peace that this Merry Christmas story has expressed.